everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got a pair of teams who come in on different paths.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the...
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, a very good defense will be on the field. The Eagles are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against the Cowboys offense that wants to prove it can do some damage.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, it's Howard. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Wentz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Play clock winding down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is knocked down from the side. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Here's Prescott. He's going to go deep for Forte. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 77 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. First quarter touchdown run. Remember this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. It was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. To throw is Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And they're definitely showing blitz here. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. 3rd and long for Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Cole. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Elliott running right. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On second down, Elliott. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And a nice spin into some open field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call. and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The give is to Elliott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff as they run left side. And down inside the 15 he goes. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be out of bounds. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. and this time they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. A first down carry by Elliott. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now they send the tight end in motion left. Here's Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go deep for Forte. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead, it just brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Come on, baby, get excited. Let's go. Turn it up. Turn this thing up. Let's go. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Patriots are out to an early lead there over the Jets. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And now here's a carry heading left. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets are out to the early lead, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. On first down, they run with Howard. And some room to roam now. Look at this spin. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Prescott now on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Trying the right side with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This is Howard on 2nd down. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Third down, 15 yards still needed. A give to Howard. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And Elliott puts this one through. and that'll push the lead up to 17. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back up. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come. All right. Hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay. All set. Third quarter now. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll give to Elliott. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Third and short yardage. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains. Prescott looks to throw on first. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
7 yards to go on second down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Wentz now on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
On the give, running right is Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Dancing to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hamilton. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Wentz to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now come the Cowboys. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guy.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. A 23-yard run. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. And the Jets have just scored to extend their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott steps away to his left. And he fires one incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Prescott down. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On the handoff, this is Howard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Being chased out left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. They'll set up to throw. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They run with Howard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there. Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Now Howard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now a handoff looking right. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. On the counter, Elliott. And he's got room. Oh, Zeke with a quick feet. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And the third down pass falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wentz now on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A give left side to Howard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. They give him 12 yards and a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out. Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete. It's Howard. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second, because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, he's right-handed, so that's a natural spot for him. But he throws back across his body back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no. The only good thing that happened, it fell incomplete. Very fortunate.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 3rd and long for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing, Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. And out now come the Eagles. They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing one. I don't know what was said in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the week, because they go over every eventuality. I mean, you know how coaches are. They want to cover every minute detail, all the way up to how much time does it take to walk from the locker room to the field, you name it. And when it all comes together and results in a victory, everyone feels pretty good about that.
Well, the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed in this one for them.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offense.
That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion.